Dear brother, you know what? Too many of us are building our lives on things that were never meant to hold the weight of our identity, right? We find security in too much stuff that's insecure, like job titles, a woman's affection, income, the way people look at us. All that stuff don't matter because all that stuff can change and fall from underneath us at any minute, bro. I'm going to tell you, the things that shift aren't the things we need to put our weight on. And the things that shift will always shift. I don't care how much you tell yourself they're not going to shift. This is going to be solid. Everything going to shift. Relationships going to shift. Money going to shift. A lot of the things we depend on will definitely shift. And some of them will absolutely collapse. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, bro. Let's get into it. You know what? What you stand on is ultimately going to determine what you can withstand in life. I'm going to say that again. What we stand on will ultimately determine what we can withstand in life. Jobs, money, come on, we've all been there. Y'all know, some of y'all know my story. I've been homeless. Go look for that video. I had everything. It was gone. But one lesson I learned is that I thought I had everything. I didn't have myself, which is ultimately security. Right? These relationships, all these things, they're additions to our life, but they're not your foundations. See, it's all about when you place your identity in things that are temporary, ultimately, man, we're building on sand. We're building on sand. And as you get older, especially, you can't have your life shifting back and forth. When you're in your 20s, man, when you're young, you know, you can handle that. But some of us aren't at that point in life where we can handle things keep on shifting, right? But you can't control the shifting, but you can control what you decide to build on, right? A job can let you go. You can let a job go, right? Money can dry up. I've been there, bro, had it all and had nothing. Relationship can change. Somebody can love you today, hate you tomorrow. You still wondering what happened. Some of y'all been through that, right? That need for foundation can't be built on things, man, that's going to come and going to go. What we all really need, bro, ultimately is spiritual grounding, right? Grounding is based on purpose, life purpose, our own life purpose. Not what everybody wants us to do or even think we should, because there's people that think you should do certain things that ain't even for you. So our lives have to be built on purpose, man. It has to be built on character. Who am I? Not what you need. So you can't take for granted, man, who you are. You can't take for granted that who you are can't be shifted by something else. See, when it comes to securing yourself, it isn't about what you have. It's never going to be about what you have. It's always going to be about who you are. That's why you can't let people shift you back and forth for their needs. Because you'll meet their need and they'll forget about what you needed and you'll never pursue it again. See, most of us live in a performance stance, right? We live in a performance stance. We're performing at work. We're performing in a relationship. We're performing. After a while, that stage ain't no good. We have to attach to things, man, that really count us in. Because eventually, man, all that service to others, a lot of times it accumulates to nothing but your own weakness, your own fatigue. See, when your identity is internal, life losses don't affect you. Life losses don't define you. They will affect you. Let me take that back. They will affect you, but it won't define you. Life going to hit you and you can feel it. But the problem is we break down and we become how we feel. We become the loss we took. You're not that, bro. So you got to ask yourself sometime as a man, if everything was stripped away from me right now, who would I still be? Who would I still be? Because it's the false security, bro. It's false security in our lives that breeds this fear. False security. Because even though you think you're secure, there's always a fear that that other shoe going to drop somewhere. That means you're not standing on solid ground. See, when your security is in unstable things, man, unstable things, again, like those relationships and a bank account and all that kind of stuff, constant fear of losing them will cause you to move into an anxious place of life where you're living anxious. You're looking around all the time, looking over your shoulder for things that may not come, right? See, this fear is what makes us reactive. This fear is what makes us territorial, where we holding on to stuff and some stuff we need to let go of. See, many of us live in this angry mode, this defensive mode. It ain't that you're a bad guy, it's that you're living scared. You're scared that today you got everything, tomorrow you have nothing. You're living in that fear because you know that in here is not as solid as you want. See, because ultimately, man, our true security is going to come in. What we all need is, men, the most peace. Not false security that keeps you paranoid in life. That's where the mental illness happens in us as men. Where we're paranoid, living scared, living thinking, man, this thing is going to slip. No, man, See, and when you feel like things are going to slip, the question is, what did I build it on? Did I build it on my desires or everybody else's? Did I build it on my hopes or what people hope for me? See, ultimately, brother, you deserve the life that you built. And you deserve to live a life that's not built on the edge of collapse all the time. Not built on the edge of, will I slip back? Will I go back to my addiction? Living a life of questions, not securing where you're going next. See, because security is never going to come, bro, when you proving yourself to people, proving you won't be who you were. Nah, bro. It comes from knowing who you are without anybody applauding you, without a pat on the back. I know who I am. That's where your security comes from, right? So what's stopping you from peace, bro? Is it people? Is it places? Excuse me, y'all. Is it low self-esteem? What's stopping you? What's stopping you from feeling anchored? What's stopping you from feeling unshakable? You got to ask yourself these questions. And when you ask them, you got to look around to see. Then sometimes you got to look and see what in my life is causing this mental storm. What in my life is every time I feel secure, what's coming and toss me around where I feel like I'm not standing anymore? See, the thing is, it's time to choose. It's time to choose. We've all said, oh man, it's time to get in shape, or it's time to get some money, or it's time to this. Sometimes it's time to choose you. To choose you away from what everybody thinks. It's time to choose you. When you going to choose you? When you going to choose you? See, sometimes you got to understand that self is not about selfishness, man. It's about securing yourself. Taking yourself back from everybody. And you know what I like to teach, man? You know how you take your life back one no at a time. You know what got a lot of us messed up? Our constant yeses. Yes, I'll do that. Yes, I can do that. Yes. And sometimes we say yes to stuff we know it ain't even in you to do it, but you're trying to please. You're trying to make everybody happy, trying to make everybody secure. And the only person that's standing on a shaky rock is you, because you're not secure. Right? It's simple, and we heard it before, but let me say it right now. What's the plane? When you get on the plane, what they tell you? Always make sure that your oxygen is hooked up to you first. Because some of us are wheezing through life trying to make sure everybody else got breath. Some of us living like this every day. You feel like that after you get off work. You feel like that driving home. You feel like that in your marriage. You feel like that in your relationship. You feel like that, right? And then we find security a lot of times in things that ain't secure at all, like our addictions, like our fears, right? We find our security in things that make us feel better for a moment in time, but won't make us feel better ultimately. See, as a man, you can't live a life looking for instant gratification. That instant gratification is what got us messed up. It makes me feel good for a moment. But what about the long term? That wrong woman you with makes you feel secure for a moment. What about the long term? The anger you want to get off, you want to let everybody have a piece of you. You know what I mean? I'm going to let everybody give a piece of my mind. You know what problem is giving everybody a piece of your mind? You running out of mind. Because everybody got a piece. Sometimes you got to fall back and chill. Because again, that's for everybody else. What's securing you? What's making you solid? What's making you stand and say, you know what, stand so I can withstand? Because storms ain't never going to stop coming. Right? Storms are never going to stop coming. But you don't have to keep on blowing around in those storms. Come on, man. Storms going to blow. They going to come. They going to go. But you don't have to keep on going with the storms. You can stand firm. It's like the palm tree. It'll bend. It ain't break. You know why? Not just because it's strong, because it's strong because it has deep roots. So how much time are you digging down in life? Digging down. See, when we want to grow these branches is this and all the things people see about us. The thing is, all that stuff ain't going to keep you solid. What's going to keep you solid is the stuff that you build that nobody can see. Like your prayer life. Right? Like your meditation. Right? Like that inner health, that mental health. Don't worry about what people can see. Build the stuff that nobody can see, because that's the stuff that keeps you solid when things is falling apart. Hey, man, I love you. Make sure you do. I care about you, but make sure you do. Live this life, man, every day with no fear and no shame and no compromise. You hear what I'm saying? Walk it out with no fear, no shame, and no compromise. And don't apologize when you see it's time for you to rebuild your life. Amen. If this is your first time, you're hearing it for the first time. If you're on the podcast all the time, you know what I'm about to say. Yesterday was history. Tomorrow's a mystery. All you got is right now. What you going to do with it? What you going to do about it? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Become part of the Dear Brother podcast where grown men keep growing. Hey, man, I love you. Until next time. Peace.